Now that we have an even 10 Helluva Boss shorts, I thought it'd be really fun to go ahead and rank them all. Before we get into it, obviously, this is all opinion based, my opinion. I already know I have some controversial picks in here and some really weird placing for some, because some I was having a really hard time placing because I don't remember liking them as much as I did, or they just weren't memorable. Like, I couldn't remember what happened in them at all. And those might be your favorites, I don't know. But I'm going to try not to yuck anyone's yum out there, so don't yuck my yum, you know? Oh, hi guys, my name is Maritello. I share everything that I find interesting, and if for whatever reason you like this video, make sure you let me know by leaving a like, consider subscribing to my channel, and sharing this with your friends and fellow Helluverse lovers. I have multiple different kinds of social media out there. I have my TikTok, my Instagram, where I post shorts, mini theories, little skits, just whatever I feel like, honestly. I also got a Patron where I post things you're not going to see anywhere else, a lot of cover songs. I've realized I do a lot of singing on there. And of course I have my Discord server as well if you want to hop on there. We post memes, we post theories that we enjoy or theories that we have. We discuss a lot of Helluverse. Sometimes we also discuss video games, just kind of whatever. I kind of have a lot of interest outside the Helluverse, believe it or not. I mean, this should be telltale. Most people just associate me with Helluverse, which is fine. Kind of made a whole video on like crazy fandom moments I'm super proud of that never got any traction. It's probably sitting at 50 views, but you know. All the links to my social media are in the description below, and with all of that out of the way, grab a drink and a snack and let's dive right in. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about every short in the order that they come out. So I'll be giving like all my pros and cons to each short. And then at the end, I'll reveal the ranking, so make sure you have to stay and help me get watch time, because I literally have the subscribers necessary to be monetized. I do not have the watch time, so, you know, be a lamb and help me out there, please. The first one that we ever got introduced to is Hell's Bells, and Hell's Bells follows a little bit different from like every short that surpasses it, because unlike them being on a mission or focused on something comedy based, they're focusing on the relationship of Millie and Sally Mae. You get this really nice moment between the two sisters about how it's been really different since Millie's left the ranch and Sally Mae has been stuck doing everything herself, and that they used to hang out like this all the time, but now that she's moved, they just don't anymore. And Millie's, you know, says, you know, you're still family. Just because I'm not there all the time, you know, doesn't mean you can't come out and visit, and I'll try to go out and visit more. And they just have a really sweet sister moment. Relatable to me because I was living in North Carolina for a couple of years and I had a very similar conversation with my sisters before. Only difference is like literally no one in my family visited me there until my husband died, but you know, I'm not bitter about that or anything. I also really like the very, very end where Moxie comes in, doesn't say anything, just like lets Millie have her time with her sister. They have such a healthy relationship, and he just sees how happy that Millie is to be like with her sister, and it's just such a sweet moment. Anyhow, that was a really awesome first short, and I was really wondering like how they were going to do moving forward. Again, it is different from the ones that follow because the others are like mostly comedy based and also focused on missions and kind of doing the wacky antics that most people like assumed Helluva Boss would be before it got into all the drama. Personally, I'm loving both, but yes, I do like Hell's Bells a lot. The one after Hell's Bells is Mission Antarctica. Here is my thing. I know a lot of people love this short. It is not one of my favorites. It's not a bad one by any means. Like, I don't think it's a terrible, terrible short. It's just, how do I say it? It's not very memorable except for one scene, and we all know what scene I'm talking about at the very end. The penguin slur joke was funny like the first time I watched it, but afterwards it just wasn't funny anymore. Because y'all know I watched these like multiple times. I don't know, it just, I didn't like fall in love with it like so many people did. I like that Moxie had his little badass moment, especially after, like, there's a weird part in the actual Helluva Boss show where he just becomes slightly less cool and less badass, and then it just like, I don't know, he got a little bit flanderized at the end of season 2, I'm not gonna lie. And I was really upset about that. So getting that one badass moment from Moxie, I was very happy about. And then his really funny moment too, when like the crystal isn't working and he makes it work. That also is really funny. I don't know, it's just not a super memorable one for me compared to the other ones on the list. So respectfully, I'm putting Mission Antarctica under Hell's Bells. The next one is Mission Weaboo, and this is one of my absolute favorites. I literally watched this one with my mom because it came out around the time I was visiting Texas. And my mom watches hell of her stuff with me because she loves me. And she said that Amberlynn was just an absolute carbon copy of me in high school. And I can't disagree, except my fixation wasn't monsters, it was specifically creepypastas. Well, I guess, well, not the ones I was into, at least, wouldn't be considered like monsters. It was like Tiki Toby, Masky and Hoodie, Eyeless Jack. How I managed to have a normal marriage for almost 5 years, I will never know. But you know, I'm a big girl now. We're not writing fan fictions over creepy stalker, possible serial killer guys who, you know, are gonna like maybe murder us in our sleep. We're big kids now. We don't do that anymore. Side note, just got the new book. I'm almost done with the second. Sorry. Also, with my husband passing, I've had people reaching out to me from high school. And one guy reached out for me from Facebook that I remember having a massive crush on my freshman year of high school. And I went back to read our conversation, and the level of cringe, the cringiness of the way I texted in high school in 2013. Oh my God. But yeah, Amber Melinda is like the embodiment of me, except I, you know, kind of grew up. No, but this cringe humor is like my favorite stuff ever. I loved this one. She was adorable. Blitz's reaction to Amberlynn is adorable. Yeah, it's great. Sorry for that weird mini rant about myself, by the way. We're probably gonna get a little more of that as we go on, but like. So for now, I'm gonna put Mission Weaboo on the very top. I love that short. Next is Mission Chupacabra. I wasn't really a big fan of this. Actually, I was sitting here debating for a bit of which one I didn't like more, Mission Antarctica or Mission Chupacabra, and I was like, well, Mission Antarctica did have like the boxy moment, and Mission Chupacabra made me laugh a little more, so like, yeah. Plus, like, in Mission Chupacabra, like, I don't know why, but every time I saw Blitz in the Chupacabra outfit, he looks like Ren from Ren and Stimpy, in my opinion. Don't ask where my brain is. It's literally, it's gone. My brain is gone. And one of the extras is like straight up Maria from the Book of Life. I don't know if anyone has caught that, but I cannot stop seeing this chick and be like, oh, that's Maria. And I'm sure there's other references in there. That's the one that I like picked up on. The bit where he's like, I don't suck ghosts, the only thing I suck are cocks, pussies, and cloacas, that made me laugh. Getting to see my favorite government dork agents for a bit was fun. Those two just have great chemistry, like a very like comical Mulder and Scully kind of thing. So yeah, Chupacabra was not my favorite, but I mean, it has its moments, so I'm gonna put it between Hell's Bells and Mission Antarctica. So, Mission Orphan Time. How do I describe my feelings for Mission Orphan Time? Hate is not the right word. There's not a single one of these that I like genuinely hate. But Mission Orphan Time is pretty dang close. There was not really a whole lot of comedy in it. The like apologizing and saying goodbye to his children and all that took way too long. The reveal with like Luna as a hellhound and him freaking out was kind of inevitable. There was not a single moment that made me laugh. The writing was okay. The short idea was good. It just, the execution was not how I would have done it, I guess. But again, this is why it's like my opinion, right? But yeah, no, I'm putting Orphan Time at the very bottom of my ranking. Now we have Bad Drive Zo, and everyone loves Bad Drive Zo. And it's not a bad short. What I don't like about it is that it was so unmemorable for me that I always forget to add it to my lists. My spouse, my husband, was notoriously got road rage all the freaking time. I've had to calm him down multiple times, just like Moxie. Like that whole bit, I had been waiting to like reenact with my husband before he passed. I thought that would have been so funny. I don't know. I guess road rage comedy just isn't my style. I don't know. But the plot is pretty decent. The jokes do land. I'm gonna put it under Mission Weaboo for now. We'll see how it goes. Next we have Whacked Off, and Whacked Off is my favorite. I will not stop talking about how much I love Whacked Off. I think if they're looking for like emotional and like comedy, like some kind of thing in between for these shorts, I think they nailed it with Whacked Off, because we do have really emotional moments with Moxie talking about his dad and like remembering his time in the mafia, but we also get really funny moments. Like, I think this one hit like every single mark, and I loved the plot. I did a theory afterwards about the reason that Moxie knows so much about disappearing is because he tried to disappear, and then his dad probably saw their IMP commercial and knew he was alive. That's just a personal theory of mine, but I think honestly, and I've said it before, there's like a great Phantom of the Opera reference in here because he was posing as an angel and helping Polly out, just like the Phantom poses as an angel to be Christine's music instructor in Phantom of the Opera. I thought that was great. It was a good short. So I'm putting Whacked Off right on the top above Mission Weaboo. Now we've got Big Boss, and Big Boss, I didn't hate it. I did that sounds like when I do the little sigh. I didn't hate it. Again, I don't hate any of these. It's just one that wasn't, again, super memorable for me. Plot was decent. The jokes were okay. Definitely got to look more into Blitz's psyche, and I did a whole analysis on Blitz after. Kind of also gave us a little timeline since they have Stolas written as a hypocrite, so you know it had to happen before Mastermind. But I mean, it was fine. I mean, Blitz posing as a CEO actually kind of like, you know, went out about as well as I did, except for the fact that everything was going well until there were allegations. Like, I thought that was a pretty good bit to end it. So we're going to put Big Boss right under Hell's Bells and above Chupacabra. I think that's a decent place for it. Not necessarily bad, but not necessarily great, you know? We have Mission Bigfoot next, and I feel collectively Mission Bigfoot wasn't something that hit hard for a lot of people. I mean, yeah, we got Tom Kenny, and yeah, we got like a little bit of like fun cryptids in the Helluverse, actual cryptids, not fake ones like a Chupacabra or ghosts, like a real actual confirmed cryptid in the living world. I think that's great. But a lot of the jokes didn't hit. A lot of people were like, you probably should have just said, you know, they would have found out about us and then kept the makeout scene out. I don't think they should have kept it out completely. I just think they should have cut it off like right after they started kissing and not the whole thing when we saw. I think it just went on a little too long. You know what I mean? Just a little long. So I'm going to put Bigfoot between Mission Antarctica, so under Mission Antarctica and above Orphan Time. And finally, we have the most recent one. It's Chaz's funeral. Now y'all know. I am a big fan of Chaz. Love Eric Schwartz in general. I'm going to be biased. And I apologize in advance, but we all know that I have an unhealthy obsession with Chaz. Regardless of like my obsession with a certain character, I really think they did great for this like April Fool's thing. There's been debate on whether it's canon or not. I personally don't think it's totally canon. Some people think that the April Fool's part of it was that Chaz tricked everyone. Some people think that the episode's not canon. I'm kind of like, I don't think it's canon until Vizia has come out and said it's canon. And if it is canon, I'm going to be so happy because I would love to get more Chaz. I love Chaz. Or Zach, sorry. Zach's also pretty cool, I guess. Chaz is goofy and he's fun. And he really, like, his personality is great for these shorts, honestly, because they're supposed to be, like, the more comical stuff in between Helluva Boss episodes, which I feel like fits Chaz really well. I love Chaz. All the cameos were great. The Fizzaroli and Osmodius bit was great. Everyone freaking out about that was great. Seeing Barbie in there, which no one expected. The Emberlyn cameo was great. I'm actually really happy. First of all, they didn't include Luna and Stolas. I'm very happy with that because they have more, they wouldn't sleep with Chaz. 100%. But also I'm happy that Stryker wasn't there because there has been a crack ship of Stryker and Chaz all over. Every time I'm like looking at Chaz stuff, it always goes to like Stryker and Chaz shipping, and I don't understand it. I don't know why we have these two together. I don't like it. I think it's weird. I think it's gross. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, but I don't like it personally. I'm sorry. So I'm glad that that crack ship just isn't happening. And it is in no way canon, and that makes me very happy. Chaz doing his little singing bits was great. I kept rewinding so I could hear his credit card debt, his multiple car loans. Yeah, I don't know why. I just think that part is ridiculously funny, and I kept rewinding it. That part, I don't. Chaz makes me laugh. I'm sorry. You can say I have no taste. That's totally fine. Anyway, yeah, Chaz's funeral I think was terrific. I'm gonna put it pretty high, obviously, but I'm not putting it as number 1. Whacked Off is still my favorite, so I'm putting it under Whacked Off, above Mission Weaboo, personally. Those are my thoughts on all of the Helluva Boss shorts so far, and now these are the final rankings. At the bottom of number 10, I have Mission Orphan Time. At number 9, I have Mission Bigfoot. At number 8, I have Mission Antarctica. At number 7, I have Mission Chupacabra. At number 6, I have Mission Big Boss. At number 5, I have Hell's Bells. At number 4, I have Mission Bad Drive Zone. At number 3, I have Mission Weaboo. Number 2, I have Mission It's Chaz's Funeral. And at number 1, I have Mission Whacked Off. Again, those are my personal opinion. You are welcome to disagree with them, but that's how I have them ranked and how I feel about these shorts. I know that some people just don't like the shorts in general, which is totally fine and justifiable. I know that they're different from like what goes on in the actual show. There's also a bit of a debate on what parts are canon and not canon. But regardless, I personally like them, and I am excited to get some more, honestly. But I'm more excited about an announcement and a trailer for Helluva Boss Season 3, which will hopefully be getting at Level Up Expo, hosted by Eric Schwartz, aka the voice actor of Chaz. If you thought Chaz was gone, I guess not, which makes me a very happy Mari. But those are my rankings. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. Let me know how you would have them ranked. Again, if you do enjoy stuff like this, let me know by leaving a like, consider subscribing to my channel, sharing this with your friends and fellow Helluverse lovers, and also check out my other social medias as well, because I do a lot of things. I hope you're all having a great day, stay safe, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye!
Powerful style.